Hey guys, welcome to Mixed. Today we're gonna do a quick tutorial on how I achieved this look for Lillian. It's just 2 pigtails and 2 cornrows feeding into the pigtails. We're going to a party this evening and I thought it would be a cute little festive hairstyle. Okay, I hope you enjoy our tutorial. Go ahead. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So these are the products I used today: the Blueberry Bliss Curl Control, the Shea Moisture Detangling Spray, some rubber bands, and a rat tooth comb, and then just a bristle brush. And then I always use my wet brush to detangle. So here I am, just parting her hair in a kind of diagonal part from almost like her temple, and then it's gonna go back to almost the right side of her neck. I try really hard to get my parts straight because I think in the end it really helps with the overall look. I'm a big fan of always securing the hair that I am not working with at the time. I think it tends to get messier if you just like use a comb and just try to get it to stay out of the way, especially because her hair is so fine and short. And also, once you get a few little hairs that kind of sneak in, I feel like those hairs are likely to get, ripped out and pull, and then she's upset and it damages her hair. So here I'm actually sectioning out the hair that I'm going to cornrow. And it's just about a 1-inch patch, and it's gonna go about to the top of her head, from her hairline to the top of her head, and it's gonna follow that same diagonal pattern that I initially made her part with. So now I'm gonna section that other side, get it out of the way, and I'm gonna apply the Curls brand Blueberry Bliss Curl Control, I believe it's called. That really helps. I use it on her edges, I use it when I'm braiding, I use it when I'm making her ponytails. It's the only one I've found that actually holds her hair. It gives me good grip when I'm braiding as well. So when I start, I just take a tiny little bit of hair, section it into 3, and start to braid under. And then I do 1 round just like a regular braid. And then now what I'm gonna do is with each time I go under, I'm gonna just add in a little bit of extra hair. I don't braid her hair too tight. The goal is not for it to stay forever. The goal is to look cute right now. I don't want it to hurt her, and I don't want it to damage her hair. As you can see, it's not really bothering her at all that I'm braiding her hair, which is how you know I'm not hurting her. And now I'm just gonna braid it down to the end, and then I'm gonna start on the other cornrow that I'm gonna do from the bottom up to kind of meet this one. So now I'm sectioning out another piece in the back where I'm gonna do her other cornrow. And it's kind of almost, I guess you could say, like a mirror image of the first one that I did. So this one's gonna be on the other side of that initial diagonal part. Now for whatever reason, doing parts in the back of her head is more challenging for me, both vertical and horizontal parts. I think it's something to do with her head shape back there, or maybe it's her hair is thicker back there, but the part will look straight, and then when I go to pull it, it's not actually straight. So I try to pay attention to that. I'm just gonna get the hair out of the way. And now when I braid from the bottom up, I like to let her rest her head on my leg. if she's having a really hard time, I'll give her an iPad or something to look at on the ground. But this helps me to get the right angle I need for braiding, and it also helps her to be comfortable while I'm doing it. So the same thing, I'm just gonna kind of smooth the hair out, and then I take the little tiny section and split it into 3, and then start my braid. I braid underneath, and with every single time I go under, I get another piece of hair and add it to the braid. And I just do that all the way to the end. So now that I've finished each of the cornrows, all I have left is to make the pigtail ponytails and then just add each braid to the ponytail. And I was trying to decide which way I wanted to add the braids, whether I wanted them to cross over or to go onto the side that they were already on. And I decided to cross them over. I thought it was aesthetically a little bit prettier. So I just sprayed to get it wet and add the Blueberry Bliss edge control, well, I guess it's curl control. And then I use my bristle brush. This is when I use my bristle brush. Say that 5 times fast. I do that to just smooth the hairs going into the ponytail. And then once I get that satisfactory, then I'll just add that little braid in and tie it with a rubber band. The rubber bands I buy from Sally Beauty. They're the super stretch, will not break your hair kind. And I've never had a problem with them breaking her hair. I always cut them out. I don't leave them in. I try not to leave them in overnight. And if I do, I always don't leave them in for more than a day or 2. So again, I'm just gonna spray it to make it more manageable. Add the control. It's almost like kind of like a paste, but it's like almost like a really thick gel. And then smooth out the ponytail. I try to make her pigtails at the same spot on her head, so I try to, I don't know, I guess you could say like look for landmarks on her head. So the right one, I noticed just how far it was from her right ear. So then I'm looking on her left ear to make sure that it's not gonna be a lopsided pigtail, because that kind of irks me when it's lopsided. I would definitely take it out and start over if it was my child. So now all I have to do is just puff up her little curls. Oh, and her baby hairs. Her baby hairs, I use the same Blueberry Bliss and the toothbrush. And then she doesn't even have a lot of baby hairs, but just try to get them a little bit smoothed out so it looks cute, and she'll be done. Oh yeah, so I decided to add some little knocker balls just because I think it would be cute. You could add a little bow or a barrette or hair clip or whatever you want to do to make it cute, or you could just leave it with just the rubber band. I decided to add the knocker balls just because I thought it would be pretty, and honestly I didn't have any bows or barrettes that were matching, which is always my struggle with too.